Black journalists, weakens newsroom equity or editorial independence, reinforces damaging portrayals of black people, or compromises the public service mission of journalism. This year, we have chosen to highlight 5 recipients to reflect the breadth of thoughtful action. Brendan Carr, Chair of the Federal Communications Commission. Since assuming leadership of the FCC, Carr has repeatedly used the agency's regulatory authority in ways that have raised serious concerns about press freedom and editorial independence. CBS. Under its current leadership, CBS eliminated its race and culture unit and implemented newsroom workforce reductions that disproportionately affected journalists of color. The company has also faced sustained internal disputes over editorial independence and newsroom decision-making. Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and commentator. Smith has a representation of black women in public discourse and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's long-standing commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of black community.
I want to say this for the record. I had absolutely nothing to do with Stephen A. Smith getting a dishonorary award. But I will say I wasn't mad at it. Now, Stephen A. Smith is going to come out and say, oh, they mischaracterized me. I'm not like that. One time, Stephen A. Smith said, black people love me. I think, Stephen, they were talking about these incidents. Here it is.
By Donald Trump's statement weeks ago, talking about how black folks, he's hearing that black folks find him relatable because what he's going through is similar to what black Americans have gone through. He wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. Michelle Obama, giving a speech in Kalamazoo, he added a line by saying a vote for him was a vote against us. How you think American citizens felt? So in other words, if we don't agree with you, we're against you. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. How Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. I will say this. I am in no way identifying myself with today's Democratic Party.
Do you worry about racism if you ran for president?
No. I know it exists. I know that you can't escape it, but I do not believe it is as prevalent as some on the left would like us to believe. You would hear about me saying defund the police. We ain't defunding any police. I'm calling 911 when there's a problem. I know you're calling 911 when there's a problem. I'll be damned if I'm going to have less police officers out there. There's going to be more. I wish for one election that every black person would vote Republican.
And well, damn, Stephen A. Now, here's the thing. Credit to the National Association of Black Journalists, to the up-and-coming journalists.
Well, to some point, a lot of those clips are taken out of context, but like that is a form of journalism today. So, and Stephen A. does the exact same thing. I'm more along the lines of what journalistic integrity comes with, and like I said, we can't ignore how over the years Stephen A. Smith has walked that line of essentially jeopardizing his journalistic integrity by taking objective, I guess, rationalizations and conflicting them with his own personal views and opinions. As I break it down, it's like journalists are supposed to, I guess, take truth and make objections, and he's more like a politician who takes truth and then forms opinions and then moves people and agendas. So it's like he's been towing the line very finely over the years, and I think what's happening is he's become sloppy. It's become very sloppy, and it's very apparent. And it's like you can't really hide it anymore without, like I said, compromising that journalistic integrity. even like I said, it's coming down to how the show operates in itself. I love this idea of I was thinking about it earlier. It's like it's not even in just the realms of the sports. Some of the stuff has become sensationalized to a point where it doesn't seem authentic. Um, from just outrageous takes on whatever is going on with LeBron or the WNBA or whatever at the moment, to you can name it, and it almost takes away from the actual story with all the antics that Stephen A. usually centers around it, which to me, once again, compromises the journalistic integrity, right? When the story is supposed to be forefront, not the entertainment piece. Now, I think about like in the history of like black news, and I'm thinking about even as black entertainment, I think about like it's just like the man's kind of personified Twitter, I guess, in a way, where it's just loud, obnoxious, some truth, a lot of, I guess, comedic comedy style commentary, where it's just like you can't really take it seriously, or it's meant to be entertaining, but then it's supposed to be serious and then elevated with all these credentials, and somehow this is supposed to lead us to then turn this person into a politician, and that's where I'm just like I don't. The formula didn't work well before. I don't think it'll work well now, and I just don't understand how isolating the people you would need the most in a political situation would be the best idea. It's all very confusing to me. Um, I his I respect him as a black man, a black sports commentator, a black journalist. However, he's never been my, I guess, idea of what I think of when I think of black journalism. As a kid in Atlanta who was raised on the Fred Blankenships and Monica Pearson / Kaufman and the late and great Javita Moore, who actually came to my school when I was doing news for my middle school. Those, I guess, are my moral ideas compared to, like, I didn't even start watching Stephen A. until I was in college, um, congregating amongst my black uh, colleagues at UGA when we would watch during tape time. Other than that, it's like, and even then, when he used to argue with Skip Bayless, it's like he was kind of pushing a strange agenda then for, I guess, the other audience before it eventually flips. Um, because the man's been talking politics and stuff since like 2007. So that's my thing. Is like he's been towing the line for so long. It's I guess now it's finally he's made enough money. He believes he has enough influence to, I guess, finally flip over to the other side. So there's a lot of political things over the last couple years. And I guess my thing is like if I'm keeping scores like 8-3, he's talking about I'm more in the middle, but I have all these conservative talking points and capitalist views which lead more towards conservatism. Money, Grady, and he's like the only one who does. I think about Jay's, the Oprah's, there's once money gets to a certain level, the it's historic that politics or views on policies shift a little bit, and that is no different from, like I said, once you hit that 100 million plus, it just had a tendency to happen, and it's just more apparent now, and I think that's what the NABJ was trying to, I guess, clarify with this award. I would encourage them to definitely, I guess, broaden their, I guess, the criteria. Um, because like I said, they seem to have focused on his critiques of black women over the year. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, he's been critical of all black culture, not just black women, but, like I said, black men, from Kyrie to LeBron to other black figures. So it's like, I wouldn't limit it. I would actually broaden it because it's like, it's kind of, it's just been interesting. So it was interesting. They say he's also went to like Fox News and other correspondents to respond to this. So I would like that would be my encouragement on the other side for the NABJ, just to I guess add more clarity because like I said they clarified. The president got there and spoke and clarity, but even then I'm like it needs to be broader. He has attacked like I said more than just black women over the last years. It's black culture, right? And to that point is one of those things that to the point of the award make it harder for black journalism or culture or steers the story, right? Causing more stereotypes and that type of thing. So that we have to agree. I'm going to try to do a deep dive. I'm also doing story on like I said, black culture at my alma mater. But yeah, that's just it in a nutshell. What I've seen. Like I said, my talking about my kid all the time when he first like was conscious and I guess we watched like I said give more background. My kid plays sports, so we watch sports and we watch sports news and commentary. And every time he sees Stephen A, he's just like that man's so angry. And it's like it doesn't have to be that way. It's like it's loud, it's fun. It used to be loud and fun, but now it comes off as loud and angry, and it's just like it's not. It's the entertainment's not even there anymore. So that's it. I'll do a deeper dive. Tell me what y'all think about Stephen A. receiving the thumbs down from the NAGBA, the National Association for Black Journalists, and his reaction to it, which has been hilarious. Like I said, I just no one's surprised. It's just a matter. I would want more broadening, like I said, that criteria because it's been apparent for years, and I guess I would want to know what made this particular 2026 the time because it's like it's been kind of since 2020, like say talking about politics since 2007, but he definitely got really really loud in 2024. So, and they, some people are covering the story and like, oh, they don't know if they do this award every year. I watched all the awards given out
that disproportionately impacted
by
journalists.
Roland Martin's channel, and no, they don't give it out every year. They do have reserved some years where they like don't, but this year was a special one, and the ones they hit, it's like it makes sense. So I guess I do, and the people he's amongst is like, oh, so that's why I'm just like, I wonder what made it special. But y'all let me know for sure. Like Ninja and